You already know, baby. That's Wild Podcast. We live. Always with me is my man E. Say what's up, man.
What's popping, guys? Thanks for joining.
Hey, man, we got a guest on today. You've seen him on YouTube. You've seen him on Twitter. You heard him on SoundCloud. My man Sarge with us, man. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing?
Thanks for joining us,
you said you heard me on SoundCloud like I'm a rapper or something. I have zero talent, so it's just a podcast. It's not anything special.
Yo, Sarge, you know what the funny thing is? If you were rapping on there, I wouldn't be surprised. I was like, that dude can do anything. Anything you put his mind to, he can do.
Oh, no, I definitely can't rap. I have zero rhythm.
I bet you can if you tried it.
I feel like if I tried it, it would be one of those things where like kids see it and they're like, this is why we can't let old people on the internet anymore.
Oh, shit.
I mean, like, I'm not even that old, but in internet years, I'm like 500.
Oh, yeah, I feel you on that, man. I feel you hardcore.
I mean, like, when you can't answer the phone because you're in a chat room, that's how old I am. My internet came on a CD.
Yeah, mine too, bro.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. So maybe I didn't have any money or any of that. I don't know what's going on right now.
No, I didn't have any money either. That's why I had to wait for the AOL CD to show up.
Yeah, I stole
hours.
my neighbor's AOL CD.
Yeah. Find that thing and you're golden. Get like 3 or 4 of them. You always have to create a new screen name. You have to do the free trial.
Yo, I'm so old. I probably had it, but I just don't remember I had it.
You were using it as a drink coaster. You're like, they keep sending me these weird coins in the mail.
Yo, we might actually test out if you can rap, because we've seen that you guys do some jingles, and we're thinking about hiring you guys to do a jingle for That Wild Podcast, and I'm going to ask you to rap on it.
Okay. I'll talk to Maynard. I'll see what we can come up with. It's not going to be good. You might actually lose some followers, but I have no problem giving it a shot.
I totally disagree, dude.
Try.
I disagree. Everything you do is pretty damn good.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
I do want to get into, like, besides all the stuff you do now, what do you do for a regular job?
I'm a human resources manager, actually.
What? No, you? What, you?
Yeah.
Did your company see your stuff?
No, and please don't tell them. So I won't be naming them here, that's for sure. Actually, one of my employees found me. Well, not like one of my, well, sort of. I mean, she's like, I'm a manager, she's a supervisor. So she was like, oh, I heard your podcast. And I was like, oh, cool. I guess I got to get a new job.
That is amazing. But that should show people online, especially people that follow you on Twitter, that you can be one way here, to entertain or whatever you do. But in real life, like, you can act normal too. A human resource. That blows my mind. I don't think I knew that about you.
Yeah, like so I used to be a retail manager for a long time. And then I found out that I didn't really like the job at all. And I'd just been doing it for so long because there's a lot of money in it. I mean, you can make 6 figures a year as a retail manager if you find the right company. But the problem was I really wasn't enjoying myself anymore. So I used the Army's resources. After I got out, I used those resources to go back to college, got a degree in business management, and was like, human resources, here we go. And I actually found out I kind of enjoy it. Like, I really like the job. It's really challenging because I can't swear, so I have to express myself in other ways. But it's not bad because I get to solve problems for people all day, which I kind of like.
That's exactly what I was thinking. You clearly like solving other people's problems. Like, I couldn't do that.
I wish I could kind of redirect that energy into solving my own problems, but I guess solving them for other people helps.
Yeah, yo, it never works like that. You can give people the best advice. Like I give good, like believe it or not, I know you guys are not going to believe this. I give good advice, but I make terrible decisions, and I know they're the wrong decisions, but I just don't care. I'm impulsive.
That's the
That's
worst
exactly
right
it.
there, man.
Yeah, like every decision I make, I'm like, why am I doing this? This is the worst idea. And I'm like, well, I'm going to do it anyway. But if someone
Work
came
out.
to me and told them they were going to do the things that I do, I'd be like, what's wrong with you? You're an idiot. Don't do that.
Exactly. So what did your workplace, once they found out about you on social media, like how's it now? Like,
No, my boss is cool. I mean, she knows that I'm not like going to do anything stupid at work or anything like that. Most of my coworkers, most of like the leadership team have like a fairly active presence on Twitter. So I just don't engage at all.
I would just block him,
keep my distance
and
on
mute
that.
him.
Yeah, I don't even block or mute because like I know that they kind of get that this is a different world and you know, it's a thing that works for me and I have a lot of fun with it. And I don't bring any trouble into work. So I just show up and do my job.
Yo, the crazy thing is how many people don't get that it's two different things that's going on here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's
and that's
amazing.
actually like a big part of my job, too, because as human resources, you know, from time to time, I'll have a team member come up to me with their social media open and be like, look what they said about me online. And I'm like, they weren't working at the time, so there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, even if they are working, they can get in trouble if they say something on social media about somebody.
Well, yeah, I mean, you shouldn't be messing around on social media when you're on the clock.
Oh, okay. So if they're off the clock, they can say whatever they want.
For the most part. I mean, obviously, if you say something like horribly racist or sexist or violent, then I have to step in. I mean, honestly, even mildly racist or sexist, I can step in and be like, no, that's not going to work. Yeah. But I mean, you know, if somebody says, you know, Marissa's a jerk, I can't. Okay, that's your opinion. Yeah. They actually tell us not to follow our employees. Like we can't. They don't want us to follow them on social media because the way it works is like that's kind of your outlet to complain. And so if we're jumping in there and taking that away from them, it's kind of like a hostile act. So there's like an uneasy truce where we don't mess with them and they don't mess with us. But it works. I mean, the way to solve that is just to be as fair as possible at work. But yeah, I try to avoid it just altogether. I don't really talk about social media with anybody but my boss.
All right, yo,
I want to work where you work, dude. That's badass. Hell yeah. Don't get in my goddamn social media.
Yeah. And that's it. I mean, we don't get involved. And, you know, as long as I don't say anything stupid or racist or sexist or anything, then I'm going to be fine. And I've never been one of those accounts anyway. So it's never been an issue for me.
Yo, Tito, I hope your company doesn't check your social media because they'll be like, why is this dude so nice at work and a complete dick when he's on Twitter?
Dude, actually, man, I did get exposed. They did catch a podcast I did a while back where we talked about like porn shit and like sexual positions. And I was like, oh, fuck. And it was like, but thankfully, it wasn't the big wigs. It's just the ladies up front. You know what I mean? Just the administration. And they were pretty cool, man. You know, they were pretty cool about it. They're like, hey, yeah, you're pretty good, you know, talking to everybody and all that. But yeah, I can't get into what you did. I was like, man, appreciate it.
Every time you walk into work right now, they're like, oh, that's the freak. He's
the
guy I was telling you about. Anytime there's a new employee, they're like, you're the perv, right? Cool. Meet you. Don't shake my hand, just to be on the safe side.
We heard the podcast, but
it's required listening for all new employees.
Oh, shit.
Yo, if any of the employees at my work listened to the podcast last night, they're like, oh, you into some freaky stuff while you having sex, huh?
Oh, goddamn.
All right, Sarge, when was it and what social media did you first blow up on?
Twitter. It was Twitter. And it wasn't until, I mean, it's not recent anymore. It was probably about 4 years ago, 2017. I made friends with this like group of people that kind of knew how to grow your account. And so they gave me a ton of advice. I got back when you could still give trophies with Favestar. You remember that? So I did like all those contests and, you know, I didn't get many, but I would get trophies and that would help me build my following. And then a good friend of mine encouraged me to do videos because I'd been doing videos in the DM room with everybody. And I started telling stories, and that's really what kind of blew it up. I was on another podcast before the one that I do now, and I went by Sarge as like a pseudonym, because I didn't want people to know who I was, and then it just kind of stuck. And then like probably summer of 2017 into summer of 2018, my account just doubled in size over and over and over again, and then I hit like 30K, and then I just kind of plateaued. But I work a lot more now, so it's kind of hard for me to like mess around and build a following. So now I just kind of like enjoy my stasis at 30K and engage with my friends and have a good time. It's actually less stressful because when you're like a growing account, people are looking for you to do something bad so they can kind of tear you apart. And so you have to be careful with everything you post. And now I can kind of just do what I want, because the people who are there, they know who I am. They know I'm not going to do something stupid like, well, I actually did something stupid. I started tweeting about politics, but
Oh man.
Oh, come on.
That's
dude,
the
I
big
can't
bang,
help
man.
it.
Dude,
I can't
that's
help
like
it.
talking about religion when you're drunk.
No, you're absolutely right. That's a mistake too. A mistake
That's
I've made
why
many
I got
times.
off of Facebook, man. Facebook has just turned all politics out. Like, man, I'm out of here, man.
And that's
Yeah,
exactly
I'm out
it. Like
real
I'm not on Facebook at all.
Exactly.
I'm not great with Instagram. I have one. I've got a small following. Like I think I only have like 1,000 people on Instagram, but I don't post nearly as much on Instagram as I do on Twitter, because all my friends are on Twitter. So those are the people that I talk to when I'm not talking to people in real life. So it's easier for me. But I mean, like Instagram's cool too, but Twitter's really where it's at. I never use Facebook anymore. And unless someone crazy says something stupid, I don't really get involved with the politics stuff either. I do like to dunk on Matt Getz whenever I get the chance. Because anyone who's surprised that he's the kind of guy who would try to have sex with a child, you're an idiot. Just look at the way he's dressed. Anyone who's dressed like a failed private school English teacher is probably trying to touch children.
Hey, man. All that pedo stuff went crazy, man. They even got like some crazy, like, what was his EDP, whatever, the crazy Eagles fan, dude. He got popped trying to bang little kids too, man.
Ugh, it's gross.
It's wild, man.
You know, the thing that kills me is like I see, and maybe it's just because I have kids, so it's different for me. But when I see like a girl who's in her 20s, even that, I'm like, you look like a kid. And she's not. She's a full-grown woman, but still, like early 20s, they just seem like children to me.
Yeah, it's wild.
All right, I got a theory, and it might be out there a little bit, but
I've heard some of your theories. I'm concerned where this is going to go.
All right,
I might be on a watch list after this.
I'm already on there, so
I've seen you stand up, and I'm just worried where this is headed.
Yeah.
Don't bring that up. All right, so no little Jimmy jokes tonight.
Okay.
All right, so I feel like when you see a lot of the people that are pedophiles, they seem to be like, most of them seem to be white people. Yes or no?
Well, I mean,
the majority. I'm not saying all of them.
This is a tough topic. I'm about to piss off one or both sides of that coin, the white and non-white audience. I don't know. I mean, the difference is for me though, like I follow a lot of true crime. So for me, I hear a lot more of like the real crazy stuff. I think the stuff we see in the news, you're gonna mostly see white folks. It's usually because when you see the teachers, it's always a teacher in her like from like late 20s to mid 40s, and it's always a white lady.
Yeah.
With the guys though, I mean, if you watch To Catch a
Predator,
Predator,
I don't think that's like pedophile stuff. That's perfectly fine in my eyes. I mean,
Man, you tripping, E.
That's nuts.
It's good. I got double standards.
You ain't got
Yes,
no
you do.
standards. That's your problem.
That's true too. But yeah, like I don't know. I feel like what we see in the news, it's probably a ton of white guys. But there was the reason that I say no to that though is that I heard about this cult. I listened to a podcast about this cult, and it was predominantly African American folks, and the guy who ran it was all about children. And
Wow.
you know, R. Kelly, he's a perfect
Yeah.
example of a guy who's crossed the line. So I think when you hear about like the real creepy fucking gross predators that are just preying on children for like 20, 30 years, that's usually a white guy though.
All right. So my thing was what I was going to go with. To me, it seems like I'm definitely not saying other races don't, but to me, I always see white people. And my theory is why you don't see a lot of black people. Most black guys, they want a thicker woman. They want a bigger woman. So they're not going to be attracted to them.
What the fuck are you saying, bro? What's wrong with you, man?
Let me finish. Listen.
No.
Can I finish my goddamn look? Listen, they like thicker women, so they're not going to be attracted to a skinny ass little kid. You don't understand what I'm saying?
No, bro. No, man. You are crazy.
Kids ain't curvy.
Anyway, man.
What are you talking? Kids ain't curvy, so that's why they're like, no, I want curves. So kids ain't got curves.
I can see why your comedy career kind of failed.
Hey, I blame the pandemic. Okay.
Weird. So, do you guys always talk about pedophilia, or is this a special?
Oh, you brought this
just for
up,
me?
I think.
You brought it.
I was talking about Matt Getz, and suddenly it became a race issue, and now you're body shaming babies. Stop being so skinny, you little bastards. This is weird.
God damn. Hey, you're insane, man.
All right, man. I told you it was going to be a weird ass theory. Okay, sorry.
I knew it. I knew whatever was going to come out of your mouth next was going to be offensive to some or all people.
Hey, you know what? What helps me? I can't even spell theory, so you can't be mad at me.
That's true. That's true. Fair enough. You are a Florida man, so I understand.
Yes.
Wait, come on. I was born in New York, though.
Yes, but now you reside in Florida, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay,
everybody is. Everybody's moving here right now.
Well, yeah, because nobody wears a mask down there.
That's what I'm talking about. Here in Texas, we open. We beat it. Corona's over with.
Yeah, I still wear a mask.
Yeah, I'll still wear a mask.
No, Tito admitted he only wears the mask because he doesn't like to shave all the time, so it covers that shit up.
Fair enough.
I'm still wearing my mask though.
Speaking of,
I mean, up here in Massachusetts, I mean, we're still rocking the mask, but we also have kind of high levels too. So it feels like the college students go crazy and they're like, okay, well, I'm vaccinated, I can go outside now.
Oh no.
And it's like, no, you're not vaccinated. You just had a lot of vodka.
Yeah.
Kids up here drink like crazy, man.
Yo, they both start with a V, so.
Well, I mean, once they started telling people to sanitize with alcohol, they just didn't get it, man. I remember looking out the window. I was at before classes were moved completely online. I was at my school and I was looking out the window and there was a kid. It's like February, and he is literally face down in the snow on the quad, passed out.
God,
the police showed up, had to drag him off.
Damn.
I'm like, you have to live in Boston for a couple of years before you can drink like you think you can drink.
Yeah, you guys drink up in Boston.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's cold 6 months out of the year. What else are you gonna do?
Definitely, nothing else to do.
And now that the Patriots suck, like I've got nothing to do for the fall or winter. I have to wait until the Bruins.
You make videos all day long. I mean, that's perfect environment for you. You can't go out can't get, oh, I'm going to go hang out tonight. Just sit home and make videos all day.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how Maynard and I entertained ourselves during the pandemic. We made a couple of videos. We messed around with his green screen. I'm looking forward to doing some more of that. But now, I mean, he's vaccinated. I had my second shot like 3 weeks ago. My brother's been vaccinated. So we're back to ramping up production.
Did you get any,
that's really I'm sorry.
Did you get any side effects?
No, I mean, I was sick the first time. I got like really tired and I had a fever. The second time I had a light fever, but nothing too bad. And it lasted for a day and then I was fine.
Oh, snap. That's cool.
My 5G got better though. So that's a plus.
Oh, that old rumor.
Yeah. I love how people are like, no, I'm not taking the vaccine. I don't know what's in that. And I'm like, dude, I've seen your girlfriend. You're fine.
Yeah.
Yo, I don't really plan on taking the vac yet because I had Corona and I made it through that and I don't have any side effects. So I know I can live through that. I just don't know what they're putting in us.
Nah, man, you definitely got side effects, bro.
But here's the thing, like did you obviously got the polio vaccine when you were a kid, right?
I don't know.
You didn't get polio, so
Yeah.
you're probably gonna be fine.
Yeah, man.
If you have ever purchased weed from a guy you didn't know, you can get the vaccine. You're gonna be all right.
Yes. Yes. If you bought baggies in a restroom, bro, yeah, man.
Yeah. I mean, if you've ever
Wait,
eaten out of
Tito,
the
where you
bowl
buy
of
your weed
peanuts
from?
if you've ever eaten out of the bowl of peanuts in a bar,
Oh,
you can
yeah,
get the
that's bad.
vaccine. You're gonna be fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
You ever been so
Definitely.
drunk that you didn't wash your hands after you peed in a public restroom? You can get the vaccine. These are all like, I don't know what's in it is a terrible excuse to not get medicine. I don't know what's in ibuprofen, but I still take that shit.
Yeah.
Yo,
fuck
I have
it.
to say, you're making up some good stuff that's making me think maybe I can take it. I mean, don't stick your hand in
200
beer
million
peanut.
Americans have already been vaccinated. What is it? 200 million? Is it 100 million? I don't know.
I think it was 200. I think it was 200 million.
Yeah. A lot of people have already been vaccinated and they're just fine.
Yo, here's the problem I have with this. When people, and I'm not saying that you're doing this, but people do kind of shame people that don't want to take it. And they're like, we all have to do this for everybody, especially the older people. But my thing is, like, I am worried about some of the side effects. And I'm not worried about saving other people if we're all going to get side effects in the long run. I don't hate on people for getting it. And I feel like people shouldn't necessarily hate on people that are worried about getting it because they don't know what's going to happen in the long run.
Well, let me push back on that though, because like if you got somebody in your family who's got an immune system that isn't so great, normally they'd be fine. They really just have to worry about cold and flu season. Now they got to worry about this other thing that's going to take away their sense of smell at best, and at worst, it's literally going to kill them. And none of us can go back to normal and take our masks off until at least 80% of the population either gets COVID or gets the vaccine.
Yeah.
So my frustration is I don't care about social distancing. I love it because I don't have to stand near anybody and it makes my day. But wearing a
100%.
fucking mask sucks and I'm sick of it.
Definitely.
And every day when I hear somebody say, oh, I don't want to get the vaccine because it's, coronavirus is fake or whatever, I'm like, dickhead, you're the one dragging this out. If you got a shot tomorrow, we'd all be able to go and do our thing. And honestly, side effects or not, you're going to get something eventually, right? If the government is trying to kill you with a vaccine, if that doesn't work, you think they're just going to be like, well, we lost that round. No, they're going to put something in your water. Like if you're the kind of person who believes that the government's trying to change your DNA, I can promise you that the government of the United States is going to find a way to do it. If it's not going to work in a vaccine, it's going to work in something else. And then you also have to think, like, how many vaccines did you get when you were a kid? I got, 8 or 9 vaccines before I was like 3 years old. Measles, mumps, and rubella, the polio vaccine. Then you get the hepatitis shots, the tuberculosis vaccine. There's a fucking smallpox vaccine.
Yeah, but what
chickenpox
if that's
vaccine.
why I'm so crazy now? The shit that comes out of my mind, maybe it's those shots I got when I was younger.
I don't think blaming medicine for what's wrong with you is right. I think it's probably a mixture of bar peanuts, not washing your hands after you pee, and buying little baggies in a public restroom.
No, that was Tito. That was not me. I go to the person's house. I don't go to fucking restrooms for that.
I mean, like, here's the thing. Like, I understand people's skepticism because the U.S. government has done a lot of fucked up shit. But you also have to look back and think, like, yeah, but we found out about all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they're not good at keeping secrets. Everything fucked up that the government has done, we found out about. The Tuskegee experiment, Operation Northwoods, where they were trying to plan a domestic terror attack and blaming it on Cuba. They dropped poison in San Francisco and St. Louis to see the effect of a toxin on people. They gave little kids with special needs radioactive cereal. Like, this is all stuff we know they did. So I'm thinking to myself, if they're trying to kill me with a vaccine, they're probably going to find another way. Like, if they're the kind of people who are going to give LSD to people and then they commit suicide and they're like, whoops, then they're probably just going to put something in the water supply where everyone has to have contact with it rather than giving a vaccine where you have a choice.
Yeah.
Yo, here's the thing though. I don't think they're trying to kill us. I don't think they're like, oh, we got to kill. I'm thinking they made it so fast that they don't fucking know what could happen later on.
You know what though? They're using stuff that they've been using for forever. It's not like they invented something new for this. They took something that already worked and then just gently modified it.
Yeah.
So it's not like they invented some new chemical. This is a vaccine that has all the stuff other vaccines have in it, and then an active variant of COVID-19 that gets your body to recognize it, so you build the antibodies without getting sick.
You know, the one good thing I could say that came from coronavirus, people who lost their taste, right? They couldn't taste anything. There's a lot of wives out there that probably have some really nasty vaginas, and their man wouldn't go down on them. They're like, oh, it's time to go now.
You know that door swings both ways, right? Like, I can't imagine cum is much of a celebration for anyone.
Oh, cum can't taste that bad.
I'm sure there's no one out there that's like, I would really like something with the consistency of mayonnaise that smells like a swimming pool.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, that's bad. My cum does not taste like mayonnaise in a swimming pool. I'll tell you that.
Why the hell are you tasting your cum, bro?
Why are
what
you?
The fuck?
What kind of shit are you into? Did I stumble into your porn podcast by accident?
Hey, just like you,
you're not supposed to get high on your own supply, dude.
You blow your breath to make sure it don't stink, right? You taste a little bit, make sure she's okay before she gets it.
You stupid man.
No, that's
what God made pre-cum from.
Oh
that's a gamble I am willing to take.
Yes.
Me too, yeah, I'm saying
Good Lord.
Sarge, man.
Bro.
You know, you dabbled into supernatural, man. I always ask this question to people, man. Do you believe ghosts wear clothes?
That's a great question. That's one that I've never asked myself. Oh, wow. I mean, yeah, I feel like they do.
You think ghosts
I mean, no one's ever said to me, I saw a ghost and his dick was out. They're
exactly.
Like,
why not, though, bro? Like, I don't see. My thing is, dude, if you saw a ghost and you're like, hey, man, that lady was wearing a dress, I saw her floating through. I was like, you're full of shit, man. Because when you die, you don't take your fucking clothes with you, bro. No matter what. If it's spiritual or whatever, it's you. That's you, man. You're going to come out the way you came in, naked as fuck.
You just blew my fucking mind. Naked ghosts. Because when you think about it, like, there's ghosts that you can't see. You know, poltergeist, that dude's probably naked as shit. He might be using his dick as like a baseball bat to knock things off counters and stuff. Okay. What I want to know is, can you modify your body as a ghost? Like, can I just have one really long arm? You know, can I be super tall as a ghost?
Can I have 8 arms and 4 legs? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You can go through walls. Why not be able to stretch yourself out?
Exactly. It's funny because, like, when I was younger, I was a real big believer in the supernatural. I believed in fucking Bigfoot and aliens and ghosts and all that stuff. The older I got, the more I was like, this kind of seems stupid. You know, so like, I'm very much more skeptical now. I'm not a complete skeptic. I believe that there's still things we obviously can't explain. And that, you know, the Navy releasing footage of UFOs is, you know, a huge for that community, because it kind of finally gives you a little bit of evidence. You know, it may not be what we think it is, but it's something. You know, it's something we can't just explain. The Navy, if the Navy is like, I don't know, then that's probably something. But I used to watch those shows, and this is kind of what did it for me. I watched those ghost hunting shows, and so I'm watching these ghost hunting shows, and you see like the dust, and it reflects the light a little bit, and it looks like it's a little like glowing orb on the screen, and they're like, it's a ghost orb, and I'm like, dude, anyone who's taken a picture with an 8mm camera when you were a kid got a ghost orb somewhere.
With the
it's
fun
not
saver.
A ghost. Yeah, it's not a ghost. It's your fucking skin cells, you douchebag.
Yo, you guys made me think of something. What if, like, Sarge, you said that cum could possibly taste nasty and smell bad.
How did we get back into this?
Yes.
No. I got something. You said it could be nasty. It could go both ways. So what if we find out the reason why we wake up with morning breath, our breath stinks so bad, is because ghosts are sticking their dick in our mouth while we're sleeping?
What's wrong with you?
I'm wearing a helmet from now on when I go to sleep.
I'll wear my
Get one of those one of those cage hockey helmets with like the real small mesh. If I get through that ghost, I'll put some holy water on it just in case he can go through it like he can go through a wall. No ghost dicks in my mouth, thank you very much.
God damn. What kind of asshole ghost you hanging around?
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's not even like I'm homophobic. I'm just against, random dicks in my mouth.
Yeah.
What kind of scary movies you watching, Everett?
Don't put that ectoplasm in me, you stupid ghost.
That's fucking terrible, bro.
So what you got? When you guys gonna do a movie or a documentary or something? Somebody reached out to you a while back.
Oh man, I was involved with a TV show.
There you go.
And that went crazy sideways.
Ah.
Things were going okay. I was involved with some really good guys, and we were doing a lot of stuff. And then just everything fucking fell through. Anything that could fail did fail, and it really sucked for us. But I had a lot of fun with those guys. I had a lot of fun doing it. We went deep sea fishing out off of Cape Cod. We caught striped bass, which is something I've never done before. So that was like a big deal for me. Like, I'm not a big fishing guy. I like to go camping and hiking and stuff, but I don't, unless I'm doing fly fishing with my older brother. He's really good, so he knows how to do it, and he helps me. Like, there's a lot more to fly fishing. It's much more active than just standing on the side, of a river and casting a line. You're actually standing in the river and you're casting lines in certain places because that's where the fish hide out. It's a lot more fun. But anyway, I wasn't a big fisherman. I'm a big outdoor guy, but I'm not a big like go hunting and killing stuff. So I feel
like everybody from Boston is a fisherman. You guys just look like fishermen.
I mean, it's kind of in our blood. Because a lot of people are from island countries or they're water-based countries. You got a lot of English, a lot of Italian, a lot of Irish over here. My family's from Ireland and Norway. So, I mean, my dad, he knows how to fish. My older brother's good at fishing.
So it's just you're the outcast.
Yeah, well, for me, it just wasn't something I did for fun. Like, I can just stand by the water and not do anything as well.
Exactly.
I don't need a rod in my hand to get that enjoyment, but doing it deep sea fishing is a different experience altogether. I really love doing that. I went down to Georgia with those guys. We did an award show for independent music artists. That was a lot of fun. We met a lot of cool people down there.
So was it like a reality show? What was it going to be?
It was going to be kind of like a reality show, and we had a lot of fun with it. And we tried to do a bunch of stuff, and then it just kind of everything sort of went sideways. The worst part is you can't even blame COVID. It was just we lost people who were involved in the production. And so we lost like a lot of footage because they were in the footage and they could no longer be a part of it. So we had to like cut the stuff out. Damn. Yeah, it sucked. It's kind of the story of my acting career though, because I had been acting when I was younger, and I got cast in a couple of independent films that never went anywhere. Either never got released or never got finished. No, unfortunately not. I'm not clearly I'm not big enough for it. I might be good for like cuck porn. I can just like sit on the couch with my dick in a cage. Well, some guy with like a giant thing is boning my pretend porn star wife. But me personally, no, it's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, man. I was on a couple of independent film sets, man, and just being on a film set it's awesome, man. Especially I was with like production and stuff, setting up the the scene and all that. It's like, man, this is badass. Like, I had fun doing it. It didn't feel like work. When you're out there doing that shit, it doesn't so cool. Feel like work at all.
I was on set for this one thing. I was on set for like probably 16 hours or so, and I didn't even notice it.
Yeah.
And I was just like hanging out with the production crew, like when somebody was setting up a scene, there's other people in there, and then the other guys would come out and hang out. I would talk to those guys and, hang out with them at the craft services table.
Yeah, dude, I'd freak out. Like, there's like coolers, beer, sodas, food. And it's like, yo, this is like a tailgate, man. What's going on?
Yeah, it was so much fun. And then, so I was in this one that was actually like, I got all the way through filming, and then there was just a couple of reshoots we had to do. And I had timed it out so that I would go to basic training for the Army, like right after the reshoots, and it all fell apart. And by the time I came home, I'm like 50 pounds skinnier than the character I was playing. So they had to recast the role, which really sucked. And then I just kind of gave up on it.
They should have redid the script and just said you had AIDS.
What the fuck?
What the fuck, man?
You lost 50 pounds. I mean, seriously.
God damn.
You wanted to see what cum tastes like.
Weight,
you got
bro.
AIDS?
Jesus Christ, bro. What the
Something's so
hell,
wrong
man?
with you.
I'm sorry.
I like that that's where you went. Like, you weren't like, oh, and then you just changed the script so you worked out a lot.
No, I seen Philadelphia.
Yeah, you gave him AIDS, bro. You're like a damn, what you call it, soap opera fucking writer, man. I'm gonna give you a fucking brain tumor.
This is a mess.
Yo, Sarge, so will any of that footage come out, that new stuff that you guys did, or none of it will ever come out?
There was I put up a thing on YouTube. I did like what's it called? I did a little like montage of behind the scenes stuff that we did that was a lot of fun.
Oh,
Nice.
So if
check
you
that
check
out.
my YouTube, you'll see it.
Definitely, 100%.
I also got I got memed, which was fun.
Oh,
I
shit.
posted do you remember when I posted that picture? It was like right around the time that you were doing that radio stuff. You were doing a lot of radio stuff, and I was doing something else. And it was a picture of me on a boat, and I was like looking out over the water, and I sent it to a couple of friends, and then they just destroyed me. I was roasted so bad. Some of it was really funny though.
That was
Yeah.
like what, though? That was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
Oh yeah, it was so long ago.
Yeah,
So
I think
long
I
ago.
do remember that.
yeah.
So funny though.
That's when you know you made it.
What's
What
up?
did you say?
That's when you know you made it, when you get memed.
Yeah, you know, when you're really embarrassed to look at your own face, that's when you know you're famous.
That's good shit, man. Well, shit, Sarge. Hey, man, I want to tell you, man, I appreciate you for coming on the show, man. I gotta apologize too for my tardiness, man. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. That's okay. We got some weird weather going on up here too. It's like yesterday it was 72 degrees out. Today it's 39 degrees and extremely
Ooh.
windy.
God damn, yeah, that shit
Yeah.
sucks, bro. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
It was like 70 degrees here today, 80 maybe. I don't know. It was
I don't know
sunny.
what the hell the pilgrims were thinking. They're like, hey, this place is real rocky and fucking freezing. Let's live here. Just like England. Let's just stay here. It's like England without the amenities. There's no houses. There's nothing. We got to build everything from scratch. This sounds like a great idea. Good job, guys.
Hey, you
picked
got
a
the
hell
Red
of a place.
Sox. You got the Patriots.
No, we had the Patriots. Now we've just got Bill Belichick's team.
Yeah, we got the Patriots now.
No, you have the Patriots.
Yeah.
You took the two good players, and then you gave us Cam Newton. I was like, great. Awesome. The guy who cried after he lost the Super Bowl. I'm really excited to have him on my team.
I'm dying.
Yo, Sarge, plug your social media, your podcast.
Yeah.
anything.
So you could find me on Twitter. I'm at Bastard Prophet, or I think at this point, if you just type in Sarge the Destroyer, I should probably pop up. My podcast is Citizen's Guide to the Supernormal. We're on every platform, I think, at this point. You can find it, but definitely like iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. There's one other, I'm sure. Stitcher. We're on Stitcher as well. And then my YouTube is Sarge the Destroyer. So it's youtube.com/Sarge the Destroyer, and I'll pop up there too.
Yeah, we'll tweet out all your stuff.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Thank you. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Definitely
man. Appreciate you coming on,
dude.
boss.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, man. Have a good night.
You have a good one.
All right, take it easy.
Peace.
Peace.
That was awesome.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate him coming on, man. Hell yeah, man. Well, you already know, another one in the books, bro. That's how we do it.
Yo, that one felt a little more like what we do. We get a little stupid every once in a while.
Yeah, because he's stupid, bro.
You know what we're talking about.
Because you stupid, bro. That's why.